Hello lady, it is the beginning of the new year and my question to you is your life actually going in a positive direction? A lot of ladies think that they have it all on track, they're having a good time, they're making some income, and that's enough. Well, sadly, a lot of girls, women, and ladies rely on one thing that's unfortunately has a shelf life, and I'm here to talk about the things you should actually be relying on and the things that you could potentially be missing in your life and not giving as much attention to as you need to. So let's talk about them. Hey, it's me, Karina, and if you are already subscribed, you know that this channel is all about money, women, and power. All three of those that ultimately, together, especially combined, bring you to becoming the best version of yourself. And that is the entire purpose of this channel. Okay, I want us women, to be the strongest, best version that we possibly could. And, you know, I see the things going on around us and I pay attention to what other females talk about, no matter their age, especially ladies in their early 20s or even actually early 30s and mid 30s. They have a lot of stuff that is making their life so much more difficult than it needs to be. And we're going to be talking about diversification and we gotta talk about some business, girls. We need to talk about business. We need to talk about finances because these things are important. And we need to talk about personal growth. It's just such a cliche topic, okay? I'm not even gonna deem it as personal growth. Let me just tell you the honest truth over here, okay? Most ladies are really focusing on the wrong thing. And sadly, a lot of them are relying just on their looks and having enough of something just to get them by. And when something drastic happens, not even drastic, when something unexpected happens, it sets off a panic mode. Because guess what? Their credit isn't in check. They have one source of income that is ultimately leaving them paycheck to paycheck, and they're spending it on things that are not beneficial, like your spending habits. You have to develop those because, I mean, when you're in a bad situation or when something happens and you need extra cash and you don't have it and it causes you to stressfully react, your finances are not in check. A lot of people's health is also not in check. There's so many things that are not in check, and that's why I have this channel. And we have to focus on all of these. So let's actually break them down, okay? First and foremost, I want to talk about your income. Okay, what is your income? How plentiful is it? How satisfied are you with it? And the most important question is, how diverse is it? Is your income coming from one source, which for the most case is a job, or for another case it could either be from your boyfriend, which in that case even puts you at a higher risk of something going bad and you being completely stranded. None of those are okay. I don't care what mindset you have. I don't care if you want to be a stay-at-home mom or something. I really do believe that a woman should have her income. Now, that does not mean that if she's with someone, she has to spend it all and be like a how do you say, a breadwinner. That's not what I mean, ladies, not even close, okay? That's a different line. Women should have an income so they can feel that sense of security. Even if you have full 100% financial support from no matter who it could be, from your parents or from your boyfriend or husband or fiance, then that's all more power to you, and that's great that you have people in your life that love you that much, and that's amazing. However, you never know what's gonna happen. You always need to be having some sort of cushion behind you, so if anything bad happens and if a situation occurs that you need to leave, that you can leave it. So you really need to think about your sources of income. That's why this channel is also a business channel, and that's exactly why I went into business. I didn't want to be stuck at a 9-to-5, so I started Amazon FBA private label. I build my own brands and sell them on Amazon, and if you're curious about that type of stream of income, you can check out my other business channel. It's called Into a Milli. It talks all about Amazon FBA. I also do coaching where I teach it. I didn't come from that field. I came from medicine, right? So it's completely different things, but you want to make sure your income is diverse, because if something crashes, you have a backup plan, okay? You always want to be financially stable. The second thing I want to talk about is your credit. This really gets overlooked, and ladies, it really should not get overlooked. You cannot be saying, I'll fix it later, it's not a big deal. Credit cards does not mean you have money in your pocket. Credit cards, you pay them off like a debit card every single month. So if you get credit, if you spend $1,000, you have to pay $1,000, okay? If your credit limit is $10,000, that does not mean you have $10,000 that you can just go and spend whenever you want. That has interest that keeps adding on every single month. And not only does it ruin your credit if you're late on your payments, and if you actually even spend more than 9% of your utilization rate, which is 9% of your total like credit balance, that dings your credit as well. And over time, if in America especially, if you don't have the right credit, you basically are trapped. You can't get a good lease, you can't get any good loans, they won't give you a car lease, or they do, but it's going to be at a very high percentage, which means you're going to be paying astronomical rates, and that's just not good for anyone. And people don't think these through, especially like younger people. It just blows my mind, people in their young 20s that just go out doing nonsense, and I just don't understand. It's like, why are you spending your money when you don't have any money to spend on stupid things? Like, that's just the harsh truth. You cannot be doing that. And that's my third point, is your spending habits, essentially. It can't be on those types of things. I always preach reinvestment, and I'm huge into business and side incomes, and I really strongly believe that a woman should have these, especially in the year of 2020. There's just so many opportunities in 2020, and you're doing yourself a huge disservice if you're not taking advantage of any of them. One of them being Amazon FBA, which is what I do, right? So that's a third thing, okay? Now let's talk about health as well, because that's important. Health really kind of puts you in a whole different mindset, okay? This is what I've been doing this really strict on it the last couple of weeks, and I've noticed a difference. I've always been active, I've always prioritized health, but I work out pretty much every day. I've been really clean eating. I don't eat meat either, or I barely ever eat dairy. I mean, I don't think I've ate dairy in like a few months now. So really low on sugar, don't really eat desserts. I eat fish occasionally, but honestly, it's a very clean diet. Like very clean. I exercise every day, I get full plentiful sleep every night, and I feel so much better. I'm more productive, I can focus on my business better, I feel in better shape. And that's the thing, like, you have to be the best version of yourself, and that means you have to work out, you have to get good sleep, you have to be healthy. You're doing yourself a huge disservice, not only in your physical appearance, which is what most people get their health on for, but also long-term, like your long-term health effects, plus your productivity level throughout the day, and how far you can actually take your energy and pretty much everything you have in your brain. You don't want to be wasting it all when you can be implementing it towards really good things, right? So health is important. And then the last thing is, like, obviously your mindset and what you're doing to kind of shape that. What type of people are you around? Are you just around friends that are negative, that are partiers, that aren't going anywhere in life? Because newsflash, if you are around those people, you won't go anywhere either. I mean, I'm just being honest, and that's just the truth. If you're around those types of habits, that's the exact life you're going to have, and that's not good for you, right? The question you want to ask yourself is, am I actually going in the direction that I want to go? Am I actually becoming a better person, a person worthy of things, or am I just being sluggish and lazy and not taking care of my finances, not taking care of my health, not taking care of my emotions, and letting them control and rule over me, and just kind of going with the flow of life? And I preach that a lot, because if you're going with the flow of life, God knows where you're gonna end up, and I don't think it's a place that you want to end up with, right? They say you can't hit a target you can't see. If you don't have a target for all of those things, if you're just kind of glowing around and doing all of the things that I mentioned, it's honestly not going to end well for you. So yeah, it's basically just a summary of all of that. If you're not doing any of those things, please rethink this. And yeah, this channel is basically about money, woman, power. If you liked all of the content, do subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I post videos on here a few times a week about these types of topics. Sometimes they are more relationship based or mindset based, and also of course business based, because I want you all to have a strong financial and business background as well. But anyways, my name is Karina. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.